Today on Personal Injury Court.
I was headed home and I realized that I left my keys at Trey's bar. And as soon as I touched the window, there was a shock. Then I started seeing my fingers blister and swell up.
And you're asking this court to award you $500,000.
I'm just mad, man, because this is not my fault.
Had anybody else been hurt on this alarm system?
No, because nobody else tried to break in.
10,000 watt is deadly. It can actually kill someone.
That's what 10,000 watts does?
Wow. See, you were trying to kill me.
I'm sorry that you broke at my place and got electrocuted.
Judge Gino Brogdon spent 10 years on the bench ruling on cases worth billions of dollars. Now he presides over some of the largest claims in TV history. This is Personal Injury Court.
Good day, everyone. This is the matter of Baxter versus Jones. Miss Baxter, it's my understanding that you sustained some pretty severe burn injuries when you visited Mr. Jones's bar, and you're asking this court to award you $50,000 for medical bills, $100,000 for past and future earnings that you've lost, and $350,000 for pain and suffering, for a total of $500,000. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jones, you believe that she shouldn't even have been there, and if she had stayed away, we would have never met today. This is her fault.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Y'all, let's get into the legal sauce here. Now, Miss Baxter, tell me how you got to come to this bar that night.
Well, to be honest, Your Honor, the defendant is my ex-boyfriend, and he's a good guy.
Well, this is where personal injury gets personal.
He can be someone's dream guy, but he's just not my dream guy. And that's why I broke up with him.
So how'd you get to the bar?
Well, I went to the bar because I had a long day at work, and I decided that I wanted to have a drink and just let my hair down. A guy approached me at the bar. We sit, we talk, we have a drink. We're laughing, we're having a good time. The guy's girlfriend, she walks up to us, and she just starts screaming and going off on me, calling me out of my name. I'm not the one to let anyone talk to me any type of way.
All right, you sound like my baby sister.
Right. I told her she needs to calm all the way down.
Okay.
And come to me correct.
Did you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so you were watching the soon-to-be cat fight.
Trey was on the other side of the bar.
All right, so what happened?
On the other side of the bar.
Okay.
So as he was on the other...
Y'all still seem like you got a little unfinished business,
No,
but
Your
it's
Honor.
okay.
No.
It's her mouth, Your Honor.
So, Miss Baxter, tell me how this happened.
Trey seen what was going on. He approached that side of the bar where we were at. And as he walked over, he just immediately kicked me out.
You leave?
I leave.
All right. I
wanted to go out and still have my great night. I was not going to let Trey and this woman ruin my night.
Okay, because the night was young.
Exactly.
How
All right.
your night? You starting stuff in my bar.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
So should y'all meet somewhere at a park and talk this thing out? Because you seem like you want to.
No.
Well, let me get to the bottom then. All right, so what happened next?
Right, so I went out with a few friends. We met up and went to another bar to have drinks.
Okay.
While we at this bar, we had a great
set
time.
of drinks.
Yes.
All right.
We at this bar, we had a great time. After the night was over, I was headed home and I realized that I left my keys at Trey's bar. I drove over to the bar to see if the bar was still open.
All right.
When I got there, I noticed that it was closed.
Okay.
Prior to us dating, I used to go to the bar, and after hours, the side door or the window would be open, and that's how I got in the club.
So
when we were together.
Okay, but you were okay with her climbing through the back window when you were together?
When we were together.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the thing. He's jealous because we broke up anyway, Your Honor.
Well, y'all know that I got enough drama in my own life than to get into your drama, okay? So you go back to the bar.
Right, I go to the bar
and the front door is locked.
Yes.
Did you try the side door?
Yes, I did go.
It was locked too?
It was locked as well.
That's breaking and
entering. Then what?
Then I remembered the window, as I said. I went to the window.
Okay.
And as soon as I touched the window to try to open it up, there was a shock, and I was electrocuted and thrown to the ground.
Okay, now you said as soon as you touched the window, was it a touch like that?
As soon as I tried to slide the window open.
So you grabbed the window?
Exactly.
And Mr. Jones, is that the window to the back of your bar?
Definitely is the window.
Would you walk over to this monitor and show me where you put your hands? Now, be careful, because I know you got them all wrapped up, but I want you to show me where you put your hands and what you did.
Please, let's see this.
So where did you put your hands to open the window?
Here, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's how you did it. You were going to push it from left to right.
Yes.
And when you put your hands on it, then what happened?
Once I opened it up, not even an inch, I was thrown to the ground, like blasted to the floor, and a whole bunch of electricity just shot through my body.
So you're on the ground now. I imagine you were really shocked.
Yes, I was shocked to the ground, and I was shaking seriously bad. Like, I'm having a flashback right now.
Yes, ma'am. Well, return to the podium so we can keep you safe. Take your time.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir.
Somebody you used to love, probably still loves, got shocked on your window.
Of course.
I mean, that's not what you wanted to happen, is it?
It's not what I wanted, but my club has been broken in 3 times in 6 months.
Right.
So I put that system on my shirt. I wanted to catch She happened to be.
This is a court of law.
I'm sorry.
It is a place of respect.
I'm sorry.
We're not at the club.
Yes.
I'm just mad, man, because this is not my fault.
You won't hear it from me, and I can't take it from you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. We can do that. All right, so you put your alarm system in to protect from thieves and robbers, right?
Even have the invoice right here.
Yes, sir. Well, Sheriff Matt, will you look at that invoice? Bring it up here, let me see it. Now tell me what I'm looking at. This invoice says, invoice 0986, billed to Trey Jones, that's you.
Yes, sir.
And it says $3,000. Now, what did you do for $3,000?
I put electricity on my windows because I was tired of people breaking in.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch them, and
trap.
that's what happened.
And how many break-ins had you had that would prompt you to spend $3,000 on an alarm system?
About 3 or 4 in 6 months.
Okay, so you were worried about that.
Definitely.
But you weren't trying to keep your ex out, right?
I was trying to keep anybody out.
Coming up.
I texted him and I did not get a response.
But you were busy.
I get a security alert in my phone that's telling me somebody's breaking into my bar.
You thought you were having a break-in.
Another one.
And I was just trying to get my keys so I can go home. And I started feeling this burning pain, and I started seeing my fingers blister and swell up.
Are those your hands?
Yes, Your Honor. And I have nerve damage. As soon as I touched the window to try to open it up, there was a shock, and I was electrocuted and thrown to the ground.
I put electricity on my windows because I was tired of people breaking in.
I texted him and I did not get a response.
You know why, Your Honor?
You texted him so he could let you in?
Yes, I texted him because when I left, I needed to go and get my keys, Your Honor.
She texted me
Okay.
at 2 a.m.
Well,
I was at home with another female. We're not together no more. I was, doing my thing, Your Honor.
So-
That's besides the
I'm not
point,
gonna
Your
answer
Honor.
my phone.
so as I said, it gets personal, right? But you were busy. That's why you didn't answer, right?
Yeah, and then I get a security alert in my phone that's telling me somebody's breaking into my bar.
Okay, that was your first notice that something had happened.
Yes,
All right, so is this the security alert that you got?
that's definitely what I got in my phone.
Now it says security alert, a security breach was detected on property at 2:36 a.m. Police have been notified. You thought you were having a break-in.
Another one.
And Miss Baxter, you weren't trying to break into his place,
No,
were you?
Your Honor, I was just trying to get my keys so I can go home.
Okay, so it knocked you to the ground. When do you realize that your hands are injured?
Well, I was laying on the ground and I started feeling this burning pain, and I started seeing my fingers blister and swell up.
Are those your hands?
Yes, Your Honor. And I have nerve damage.
Miss Baxter, I see that you are seeking $50,000 in medical bills and $100,000 for past and future earnings. You lost time from work on this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so how has this affected your work?
Well, I'm a business analyst, so I work with my hands. I can't move my hands.
So you're working on a computer and things like that?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to have help, assistance all the time.
You see that Miss Baxter's going through a pretty heavy nightmare, right?
Yeah, I see it, but...
And it happened at your bar with your shock, with your alarm system. Had anybody else been hurt on this alarm system?
No, because nobody else tried to break in since then. I even have evidence that there were things on the glass. She couldn't read. There was clearly signs on the glass.
Signs on the glass. Did you see any signs on the glass, Miss Baxter, when you tried to open this window? So, Mr. Jones, you mentioned that you have evidence you want to show me. Sheriff Matt, will you retrieve that from Mr. Jones?
The same stickers in there right here.
These stickers were the ones that you had on your window there.
Yes.
Next.
Folks, at this time, I want to call Eskar Mahdi, who is a master electrician, is going to tell me a little bit about this alarm system. This 10,000 watts gets to the pickle, and then what happens?
10,000 watt goes to the pickle in after a second.
Wow. See, you were trying to kill me.
Now, Miss Baxter, I want you to walk over to him and hold your hands up so he can see him. You see that, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry that you broke at my place and got electrocuted.
I started feeling this burning pain, and I started seeing my fingers blister and swell up.
Are those your hands?
Yes, Your Honor. And I have nerve damage.
It was clearly signs on the glass.
Signs on the glass. Did you see any signs on the glass, Miss Baxter, when you tried to open this window? Folks, at this time, I want to call Eskar Mahdi, who is a master electrician, is going to tell me a little bit about this alarm system. So, Sheriff, will you get Mr. Mahdi in?
Yes, Your Honor.
This ain't nothing but negligence, man.
Mr. Mahdi, you are a master electrician.
Master electrician, over 18 years.
When you install an alarm system, how high should the voltage be where it achieves its deterrent effect?
Normally around 2,000 wattage for someone to back off.
But 2,000 watts, are you going to get burns like this?
With her injuries, I would say somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000 wattage.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, well, show me what you're talking about.
All right.
So what are we looking at? Well, I see it's a pickle.
Yes, it is. So I'm gonna turn it on and you'll see how the electricity travels through a person's body.
And Matt, you cannot eat that pickle now or after. Okay, show me what it does.
All right.
Wow.
That's 2,000.
That's what was going through my body.
That's 2,000 watts. Now, those 2,000 watts are what would make me, if I grab that window, I'm gonna stay away.
It'll stun you and it'll back you off.
Now, what happens at more than 2,000 watts?
Well, 10,000 watt is deadly. It can actually kill someone. And I also did a demonstration at my office to keep everybody in the courtroom safe. And
Okay.
I have a video to show with a 10,000 watt system.
Okay, well, let's see it.
All right.
So it's glowing now. This 10,000 watts gets to the pickle, and then what happens?
10,000 watt goes to the pickle in after a second.
Wow. See, you were trying to kill me. Did you see
So
that?
that's
what was going
what
through my body.
10,000 watts does?
Yes, Your Honor, that's what 10,000 watts will do.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, what do you estimate the wattage was for this alarm system that was installed in Mr. Jones's bar?
From looking at her bandages here, I can assume that she was somewhere roughly around 7,000, 6,000 wattage.
So the wattage on this alarm system at Mr. Jones's bar was turned up more than 3 times of what you would recommend.
That's what
Wow.
I see, yes.
Now, Mr. Jones, you hear that, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that you had basically an electric toaster on this window?
I didn't know it was that much voltage, but stay off it. It would
Wow.
have never.
Listen,
Wow.
that's as cold as I have heard in a long time.
Your Honor, that's not cold. I invested my money into this, and that was to keep criminals out. If you're never trying to get in my bar, that'll never happen to somebody. So that's for somebody to get shot.
So you
I
put
didn't
that
know-
there to basically kill someone.
No, I didn't
So,
know it
Ms.
was that
Baxter,
much voltage.
talk to me.
I didn't know it was that much voltage.
Mr. Mahdi, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. You are released.
No problem,
Thank you, Sheriff Matt. Ms. Baxter,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones says, and it makes a little sense, I guess, if you had never gone back there that night, you could have just gotten your keys the next day. What's wrong with that?
I wasn't able to get into my home.
Oh, so your house keys were on there, too?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So what's she supposed to do? You're out mixing it up, right? Her house keys are inside your bar. She's supposed to sleep out there?
No, she was supposed to be responsible and not have that many drinks to leave your
Well,
keys
you
in my
wasn't
bar.
supposed to kick me
Wait,
out the club.
You just doing a whole lot of blaming here, right?
No, sir. It's just it's clean and cut.
No.
If you never would have been in my bar or
No.
had drinks, you wouldn't have left your keys.
Miss Baxter, you've got these burns on your hands. You've missed work. You got these medical bills. What's going through your head now?
I'm in a lot of pain. I can't do anything, and I try to speak with him about it, and he wants to have nothing to do with it at all.
You
At
wouldn't
all.
even talk to her about it?
No.
No, sir. Because you broke and entered into my place.
It's just really that simple for you.
Straight cut.
Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn to her. Now, Miss Baxter, I want you to walk over to him. I want him to see what you are going through, so maybe this melts his heart. Put your hands up. Let him see him. You see that, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may return to the podium, Miss Baxter. Paula Abdul talked about cold-hearted snakes. And today, Mr. Jones, I think you might take the cake. These are bad injuries. This is somebody you used to call your baby. Mr. Jones, this is a perfect opportunity to apologize. I'm sure you didn't mean for this to happen, right?
No, I didn't, sir.
Would you turn to her and apologize? And I want you to receive it. Don't fuss at him. Take his apology.
I'm sorry that you broke at my place and got electrocuted.
Wow.
Not what I expected.
I know.
Right?
Wow.
That's not really an apology. I just must say I'm a bit disappointed. Personal injury involves moral, ethical, your heart, your feelings. I thought you had a little bit of that, but I've heard everything I need to hear, and I'm ready to render my decision.
The verdict is in.
You did not know that this thing was an electric toaster. You just wanted to get your keys, and you didn't have a way even to get into your house. Miss Baxter should not have been at the window. She should not have been trying to get into your place. And this, according to you, is not your fault. In this case, if I found both of you responsible, that is 50-50, the law says you lose, Miss Baxter, because the tie goes to the runner, however cold and smirky.
I'm sorry that you broke at my place and got electrocuted.
Wow.
I just must say I'm a bit disappointed. But I've heard everything I need to hear, and I'm ready to render my decision. Folks, in every personal injury case, the plaintiff, you, Miss Baxter, have to prove that Mr. Jones was wrong and that his wrong caused your injuries. Clearly, you were injured. And clearly, your injuries were a result of grabbing the window at his bar. You did not know that this thing was an electric toaster. You just wanted to get your keys, and you didn't have a way even to get into your house. Mr. Jones, you put up an alarm system to stop people from coming into your bar, stealing things, and violating your privacy. Here, Miss Baxter should not have been at the window. She should not have been trying to get into your place. And this, according to you, is not your fault. However severe her injuries are, you believe that this is her own doing. She could have just waited, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this case, if I found both of you responsible, that is 50-50, the law says you lose, Miss Baxter, because the tie on negligence goes to the runner, however cold and smirky. Here, I find that you are 49% responsible, and Mr. Jones, I find that you are 51% responsible.
What?
And here's why. The law does not allow you as a business owner to set what's called a man trap. That is, you cannot injure people even if they're trying to break into your place. The legal lesson is you gotta know what the voltage is so it achieves what you're trying to do rather than frying somebody who's trying to get their keys. And Miss Baxter, because you are 49% responsible, I'm going to reduce your sought-after award by 49%. I am going to award $255,000 in your favor, and that is my final verdict. This matter is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Miss Baxter, I hope everything is okay and that you heal with Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Sheriff Matt, if you'll help Miss Baxter out. Take care now.